Bucko's Bounties.
Yo, Bucko, it's Zero, coming back to you with another figure review. Today we have the Star Wars Black Series Deluxe Saw Gerrera. Now, you know something gotta be really cool to get me to come out of a hiatus because, oh man. I mean, we found this figure at Target the other day and he looks amazing. But, talk about that more later. Let's go ahead, jump right into this box real quick. So yeah, you got the front of the packaging, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, Saw Gerrera. Side of the packaging has this beautiful art on the side of the packaging, really captures his likeness. Back of the packaging, Saw Gerrera. Gerrera is bunkered on an ancient world of Jeddah, coordinating a prolonged insurgency against the Imperial occupation. His allying health does little to wither his resolve to fight. Again, you get the art on the back. He is number 10. Here he is next to the Jeddah Patrol Stormtrooper and Antok Merrick boxes. Once I find the Galen Erso box, I will be able to complete all 10 of the figures in this wave, which I really love the beautiful green they did. So, I was pretty excited to pick this up. And then the top of the packaging has your window. Bottom of the packaging, you have your sacred texts. Now let's go ahead and get Saw Gerrera out of the packaging. And here is Saw Gerrera out of the packaging, and he is an amazing looking figure. I mean, there's so much, the asymmetry on this guy is just, they did a really good job capturing his likeness and his costume. The one thing I'm going to say right now is I think he would have benefited from a little bit of a kind of wash to kind of give him more of a like dirty look. But besides that, they really nailed this guy. I mean, oh my gosh. And then one thing I didn't notice out of the packaging was he has that robot foot there, which just looks absolutely amazing. They did a really good job with this sculpt. It's amazing. We'll take a look at all of his features later. There's a lot going on then first meets the eye, but let's go ahead and dive into accessories real quick. Right, yeah, so we have his staff or cane or whatever you want to call it. It's a really nice looking staff. It's done in this kind of like brown plastic, and then it has the silver done over it. Very nice. Brown looks a little plasticky, if you ask me. Yeah, the brown looks a little plasticky. It's not too big of a deal, but the staff overall is pretty freaking nice. I think that this is the bottom, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Then taking a look at his other accessory, he comes with his blaster. I don't know the name of this blaster. As far as character blasters go, besides basic stormtroopers, of course, I'm not going to know the name of every blaster. But yeah, this thing looks really nicely done. I love the mold on this. This definitely could have probably used a wash though, just to give him, because he is the guerrilla warfare fighter of the rebellion. So yeah, definitely could have used a little bit of wash, but it does look great. Silver looks nice. It also has the wrap on the handle. Very nice looking. Yeah, this is a great blaster. Then of course, that can go ahead and holster right in here. Bam. Looks great in the holster. I love the holster straps, by the way. It also does look pretty great in his hands. Enough of the accessories. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. Yeah, they really nailed his likeness, I think. It looks really good. I mean, they even got like the scars on his face. Like, that's pretty good. Wow. Yeah, that looks really freaking good. Now, I do wish he came with an alternate head, because he is a deluxe. That's the only thing I would have asked for, is just like an alternate like head from either Jedi Fallen Order or from like earlier in the trailers, how he kind of looked with like his shaved head kind of thing. It would have been pretty nice, but this is, you know, movie accurate, so I can't complain. It almost makes me wonder if they are going to repackage this as, you know, do the other head sculpt, change it up a bit, and maybe give him like the Fallen Order look. I don't think he had this whole thing, but the thing is, this can come off. I think it's just kind of being blocked by his head. Yeah, so you can go ahead and pop up his vest. It looks a little awkward, but it is to get the articulation, so I actually like how they did that. But it does sit a little awkwardly on his... It does sit a little awkwardly and kind of make his like head kind of like go down underneath the armor the way they did it. But honestly, besides that, it is really great. But yeah, that is what it's underneath the armor. All you have to do is pop off the head and pop off this little tab on the shoulder back here, and make sure you pop off the hoses, and you can get this really, you can get his armor off of him. So I don't know if you guys wanted to do a custom or something. Yeah, it's crazy the amount of stuff that pops off of him. Like, you can pop off the cape if you don't like it there. You just freaking pull that off the tab here. It's crazy how much stuff is going on there. There's a ton of stuff going on here, but we're gonna go ahead and put this back on him. But yeah, just show you there is a ball joint at the torso, just in case I missed that in articulation. And yeah, while you can pop off the armor, like I said, you can also pop off these hoses. So if you want to kind of like recreate that scene at the end where he's throwing off his hoses right before he dies, yeah, you can kind of do that. The unfortunate thing is the hoses do lead to here, and you cannot take them out of here. It's molded in there, but yeah, it's not too bad, honestly. If they go ahead and just plug right back in, and same thing on the other side. This connects to the back over here. That goes ahead and just you slide it in under his hook, and this wants to pop out. Yeah, but there is a ton of connecting pieces here. It is actually pretty crazy because it's like how much stuff you can pop on and off. I'm sure, yeah. And then not only that, you can pop off a ton of stuff. You can also pop off the armor here because it has articulation. Pop that off and then pop it off from the back. These are both on ball joints back here. So you can pop off the shoulder piece, and you got these ball joints here going on. So that's honestly a little crazy to think about how many things pop off of this. So yeah, this is definitely a deluxe figure. They put a lot of good stuff going for this guy. Kind of makes me wish they did the same for Cobb Vanth. If you could pop off his armor piece and have that shirt underneath and get both looks out of the character, it would be great. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Anyways, back to the figure. So I'm gonna actually take a proper look at him. Let's go ahead and start with the back. So like I said, this cape could pop off if you like. Has a really nice design. Love the white, love the red. This would have been cool to see in cloth goods, but I think it works better in this plastic because you can pop it on and off. Just in case you want to see behind, this strap piece is connected to the armor, so if you popped it off, and then you can kind of just tuck it behind the belt here, so it gives a more complete look. And then you get the pod that is connected to his mask. The same thing here. This connects to the front here. He has really good chest details. Like, the only thing I can say, like I said before, a little weathering would have did this a lot of good. Maybe some like green to get the lights in there going, but yeah, they did really freaking good with this figure. He has really nice silver paint apps on his arms. I mean, the amount of detail there is freaking crazy. You got the permanent trigger finger hand, of course. Then this arm is crazy too. You got, again, the silver paint apps, and I love the like light blue armor paint apps. Going back to the back, I missed these, the little nozzle pieces or whatever. Those are crazy looking. Going back to the front, yet he has silver details on his belt. He just has like silver, he has so many details I like cannot see them all. His belt, I wish I kind of had a little weathering, but it does look pretty. It has a lot of details, so it does look pretty nice. This piece is done in a different color. Yeah, this is actually painted on, while this plastic, this is just straight up the plastic. And it's crazy to me that they got this clear plastic piece. I'm wondering if this thing was clear and they just painted over it. That probably is what happened. The world will never know. Then getting down to his pant legs, it's very kind of weird how his pant legs look, but you can see the lines of the packaging. You can kind of line them up and get a good feel for how they're supposed to line up there. I don't know, it's just very asymmetrical, very weird. But yeah, getting down to his feet, I might have to censor the feet here. I'm just kidding. I don't think I've actually seen, I can't think of anyone with sculpted feet that I own. Out of all my action figures, I actually have no idea, but yeah, there's his feet for all you crazy people out there. His feet in his sandals, the sci-fi sandals, looks freaking great. And then, oh man, I didn't even realize in the freaking box he has the robot foot, and it's kind of hidden down below the box, but it looks amazing. But yeah, it's sculpted on there really freaking well. Again, it would be cool to get some weathering on this, but yeah, they did a really good job with this guy. Alright, and anyways, let's go ahead and just jump into the articulation real quick. So he has a neck. The neck is pegged on both sides, so the neck moves, you won't be able to see it under this. And then get a little movement out of the neck and a little movement out of the head. And if you move the armor a certain way, you can go up that far, down that far. But yeah, this armor is really going to hinder his head and neck articulation, but his pivot is pretty good. His shoulder piece articulates. His other shoulder piece will rotate. The shoulder piece does not come off, by the way. Do not try to pull this off. He does have butterfly joints in there. Yeah, he does have butterfly joints on both sides, if you're wondering. Then he has a hinge swivel at the elbows. He is pinless. And then you got a hinge swivel at the wrist. Hinge swivel at this wrist to go up and down. You got the ball joint at the torso, and everything also articulates with him when you move it. His cape has ball joints, so you can kind of like move it around. His legs go out that much, they go forward that much, back, bam. You got thigh swivels, hinge swivel at the knee. You also have like leg articulation, like boot swivels, but they're for the actual legs, so that's actually really, it's actually really neat. And then you got a hinge swivel at the ankle. Ooh, there's a lot of movement going on here. Holy crap. And then forward facing pins for rockers. And then same thing on the other side. You got that very nice knee, like boot swivel for his robot leg. I can't believe I'm just man, this is like mesmerizing. It's like crazy to think about that they even included that. Sorry, but that's actually really freaking cool. And then again, forward-facing pin for rockers. And we're gonna get to the size comparisons right now, and unfortunately, I do not have the other Rogue One characters unboxed yet. I'll get around to it eventually. I think I'm just gonna make one big video with all 6 of them, but there is a lot of other characters that he's been around. So here he is next to Cal Kestis and K2SO, and here he is next to Clone Wars Anakin and Obi-Wan, and here he is next to a Stormtrooper and Kanan, and here he is next to the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, and of course, as always, here he is next to Left Limbs and Luke Skywalker Squawker. In terms of deluxes, just comparing him to see if he's worth it, could they have done this in a regular box? I think it's possible they could have done it, but at the same time, they put in so much articulation and, you know, free moving pieces that I think it's worth the deluxe price just for that. There's so much going on. It's not just like, you know, there's so much going on that I think it's worth it. Now, if they didn't mold all the pieces the way they did, and they did a regular release, it would have been a very, you know, chunky, poor moving, poorly articulated figure. And this looks great. They really went the extra mile with all the clear hoses and paint apps and everything. I think the only thing really missing here is the wash, but you could probably do that yourself. But yeah, he looks really great. They really did. Just the sculpt alone, yeah, they did an amazing job as on this figure. He's definitely worth the deluxe price. He's at every freaking Target in my area, so I'm sure if you waited a little bit, he probably will go on sale for a decent price, because I've never seen 5+ of a figure in stock at every Target in my area. I'm sure he's gonna go on sale at some point, just like Wrecker, but he's a really good figure. Don't pass him up. He's going to look great next to your other Rogue One characters, or maybe, you know, you could throw him on a Jedi Fallen Order shelf, or you know, Rebel shelf, whatever you want. It'd be great to get another head sculpt for him, but yeah, he really is a great figure. He does look good. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about him. Hasbro did a great job with this one, knocked it out of the park. I can't say the same about some of the other deluxes that I've gotten recently, but yeah, this one's really great. So as always, guys, you can bring him in warm or you can bring him in cold. Thanks for watching and good hunting.